welcome, gang. We're here, chapter 1127, short summary spoilers. We're here, chat. What's good? How is everyone doing? Let me see some salutes in chat. Let me see the 07s. Salute to you guys. Salute to the gang. Guys, welcome. We are here live in the flesh. It is September 17th. Okay? September 17th, 11:05 a.m., 11:06 a.m. EST. We are going to be reacting and responding and cooking with the 11:27 short summary spoilers. Glad to have you guys here. I hope everyone is having a nice morning, day, or night, wherever you guys are. I love you guys tremendously. You guys mean the world to me. I'm so excited to read these spoilers. I'm so excited to cook off these spoilers. We've had 2 banger chapters in a row. We're gonna finish it off with a 3rd one. Okay, it's gonna be 3 bangers in a row. I have not read the spoilers, as I said earlier in the stream chat. I haven't read them. I saw that they dropped. I saved it and I posted it on my Discord, which is why you guys should join the Discord, so you guys don't miss the streams, so you guys don't miss the spoilers. Literally within 1 minute of it being posted, because I have notifications on, boom, I shot it out to my server. But I have not read the spoilers. I haven't read them. One person in chat said, yo, Evil, da 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 da. And unfortunately, I read what he said. Okay. I don't know if it's even true. He could be wrong. He could be misinterpreting. But I have not read the spoilers. I'm excited to see this. It's going to be a raw, genuine reaction. You guys know how we do here. Raw, authentic, genuine. I'm so glad to see you guys here. We got Dan the Man with the super chat. The young goat. Thank you so much, King. He says, this G back at it again. We're always back at it, man. We love us some spoilers. Okay. We love us some One Peak. We love that peak fiction. We love that peak content. And that's exactly what we're going to be cooking together. Okay, chat? Me and you, okay? You and I, we're going to be cooking some great meals. Okay? Some people call it theories. Some people call it speculations. Some people call it predictions. Chat, we call it cooking.
Let him
Chefing,
cook now.
Full course meals. That's what we're going to be doing. Okay, chat? How is everyone doing? Let me know how you guys are doing. Comment down below. I hope you guys say that you're doing good. I hope to see that you guys are doing great. You guys know I care about you greatly. Who's at work right now? Who's at home? You guys better not be at school listening to these streams. First of all, if you're in school, if you're anywhere below college, you probably shouldn't even watch the stream. You guys see how we are on this channel, on the stream. We have zero filter, completely unfiltered. But you know what? That's the beauty. That's the beauty of it. It's the beauty of the stream. It's the beauty of the community. We're probably one of the few people that we're super unfiltered. We just don't give a fuck. Okay, first of all, chat, here's the thing, right? I'm trying to stop cursing, okay? Because I'm a Christian. I love my God, Jesus Christ, okay? In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen. I'm trying to stop the cursing because God orders me to not speak in such a nasty tone. But you guys know, it's difficult. You guys know that when I come on stream and we're live, I'm cursing like a sailor, like a pirate. Like, I'm taking this One Piece stuff seriously. I'm taking it to heart. Like, I'm cursing like a sailor. But you guys can speak however you want. We try to be unfiltered here, man. We're cursing like a sailor. We're being sus. Okay? We got the St. Charles agenda. I bully the chat. Chat bullies me. We named a Jew. Come on, chat. We're based. This stream chat, this community chat, we are based. Let me see some salutes. Salute to the based idea, the based foundation that we thrive off of. How's it going, chat? Let me see what the chat is saying. How are you guys doing, chat? We got our boy or girl. Girl, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to assume genders here. You know how lefties are. Maya, glad to see you. Mind Hacks, welcome back, King. I gotta watch it with headphones on at home. Yo, do not let your children listen to the stream, bro. The worst thing you could do is have this stream playing on speakers. Who in their right mind would do that? Brandon, welcome back, King. Mimi, glad to see you. Gingish, welcome back, King. Mills, welcome back. Med, God bless you. God bless the chat. I pray to, again, my God is Jesus Christ. We got the Gospels. We got over 4,000 manuscripts in the Greek and Hebrew talking about or proving the Bible. We have all these testimonies, all these witnesses through the Gospels. Jesus is my God, okay? All respect to other people. If you guys want to know more about me, Jesus is my God. And I pray that my God blesses my subscribers. I pray that Jesus Christ takes care of you guys, brings you guys inner peace, leads you guys to salvation, and helps you guys get through the difficult obstacles in life, okay? I genuinely do. Forget having, see, I almost cursed again, chat, almost cursed again. Forget having a camera, forget having a microphone, forget having this little light, forget having a YouTube channel, forget social media. This is, we are raw and genuine here. I genuinely hope that my God, I hope Jesus Christ takes care of my supporters. Okay? Need you guys to know that. But we got Just Eat Her Cake. Yo, that's a wild name. Just Eat Her Cake. What? I think we probably have two different definitions on cake, but what's good, bro? Who else? Jordan, welcome back, King. I can't watch a iShow Speed stream. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, Speed, like, I guess he could be funny, but I don't know. He's a little unhinged for me. Karu, welcome back. We got is it Alan? Yeah, Alan, welcome back. My son out here like Wooville's on LOL. Who else have I not welcomed in? Chat, how's everyone doing? Alec, welcome back. King, JR Raider, the young goat. What's good, bro? QWERTY, welcome back. I'm at the office, bro, going home right now. You're going home at 11? Or are you in a different time zone? Kunio, I think you've been here before. What's good? Hako, welcome back. Are you losing weight with each stream? Am I bugging? Chat, is he bugging? Hako says that I'm losing weight with each stream. Is that true? What do you guys think, chat? I think I need to cut the snacks out. Your boy been going a little ham on the snacks. You know that midnight hunger. When 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. creeps around, bro, I just need that protein yogurt. I need that protein granola. Boy, do not keep granola around me. I had to buy this big bag and I melted through it, bro. Granola is my weakness. And I try not to eat fast food. I don't really touch fast food often, if at all. I can't rock with the McDonald's. I don't drink soda. Chat, soda is so bad. Please, if you guys drink soda, please stop drinking soda. Go look at the ingredients. All the fructose and the corn syrup. And dude, like 1 can of Coke, if you look at the nutritional value, the label on like the back of a can or a bottle, dude, the amount of sugar in like 1 bottle is the amount of sugar a grown man should have in a full day of eating. And you're getting that in 1 bottle? Chat, please stop drinking soda. Like, okay, if you eat a burger, okay, whatever. Just don't drink soda. That is the worst of the worst. And I was bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm speaking from experience. Like, there was a point in time where, bro, I was knocking down Coca-Cola cans. Like, I get really cold cans of Coca-Cola and I would just bust them down. But I realized, yo, you are destroying your body. Your body is a temple. We can't be out here destroying you get 1 body. In life, you get 1 body. Why should we destroy it? Okay? Food for thought. No pun intended, chat. I'm glad to see you guys here, though. Only soda I drink nowadays is ginger ale. Okay, ginger ale. Okay, if you're on a flight, okay, you know, we kind of bend the rules when we're in the airport. We kind of bend the rules when we're on vacation. Okay, if you have a little can of ginger ale on that flight, I understand. But please, just don't. And Dr. Pepper, okay, so here's the thing. I haven't touched soda literally in like, what, 2, 3, 4 years? Even before like I got on like my weight loss journey, I knew that soda was really bad. But chat, like a cold can of Coke, a cold can of Sprite, Dr. Pepper, I don't know, bro. To all you Dr. Pepper fans out there, I don't even blame you, dude. That Dr. Pepper just, it's different. But don't drink soda, chat. J Bro, Young King, what's good, bro? He said Coke Zero. Man, dude, Well, here's my thing, right? I'm gonna be really judgmental right now. If you're gonna drink soda, why drink a Coke Zero or a Diet Coke? You might as well just drink the Coke. Like, well, what do I look like sitting there drinking like, yeah, bro, Diet Dr. Pepper, Diet Coke, bro, just drink water or just drink the Coke. It tastes so bad too. It's trash. Yo, Mooney, what's good, bro? Eli, what's good, bro? You will never stop me from drinking Dr. Peep. I'm telling you, that Dr. Pepper just hits different, bro. That good Dr. Pepper, but I haven't touched soda, and God is my witness. I haven't touched soda in a long time, at least 2 years. I needed to cleanse and detox. Yo, Mooney, you know what's funny, bro? Last night, I had this really bizarre dream. I was in the dream last night. I was still working at a job that I used to work at, like a 9 to 5 that I used to work at like years ago, right? And you were working there, Amoni. You were my coworker at the job. And you were, I think you were like bending the rules at the job or something. And you were like, yo, bro, don't tell the manager that I'm doing this. And I was like watching, I was looking around the corner. I was like, I got you, bro. Bro was having a nightmare. Are you saying I was having a nightmare because Amuni was there? Don't do my boy Amuni like that, L. L, I gotta push this opposition agenda against you. We're at war. Don't think I forgot about the St. Charles agenda. The chat, you guys know what time it is. You guys know what time it is. You guys already know what we're doing, okay? We're not even going to read these spoilers until I look at the chat and it's just salutes, okay? We're not reading these spoilers until the entire chat is saluting. I want to see all types of names. I want to see Amuni saluting. I want to see L saluting. I want to see Annabuzz saluting. Welcome in, King. Jody List, welcome back. Jabriel. Mario, what's good, brother? Lemon Water. I want to see the whole chat spam a salutes or we'll be here all day. I got all day, chat. I need to see the salutes because this is how we communicate. This is how we show love to each other. We are a militia. We are the Revolutionary Army. Think about the One Piece community. Think about the world. Chat, we are the Revs. And if we are the Revs, then I gotta be the leader of the Revs. I gotta be Dragon, okay? That means, okay, see? Here, that's perfect, actually. If we are the Revolutionary Army, if we are the Revs, and I am Dragon, and Dragon doesn't ever do anything, doesn't that parallel how I stopped dropping the videos? It makes perfect sense, bro. I'm Dragon. Or maybe it's the other way around. Dragon's me. We got the tattoos. I might not have it on the face, but come on, chat. It's 1000 IQ, bro. Art, what's good, bro? Wolfums, glad to see you. Braves, welcome back, King. Bro was all up in your dreams. Yo, L, shut your goofy butt up. Dan with the 2, thank you, King. Thank you so much, Dan. Young goats. Salute from Chicago. Yo, chat, one more thing before we start these spoilers. Okay, one more thing. Everyone drop their location. I want to know, where is everyone coming from today? If you're scared about dropping your city and your state, just say your country. Where is everyone coming from today? Me, you guys know I'm that Florida boy. We're Florida boys out here, smoking that crack, wrestling alligators. You know how Florida is, chat. Florida man. We've all heard Florida man. Come on, bro. L with the 2, thank you, bro. Bro done tried to instigate a Mooney on me. You started it. L, you started this. This whole St. Charlos, Evil's Charlos, Evil versus the world, Evil versus his chat. L, love you, King. Glad to see you here, bro. Thank you for the super chat. You and Dan, thank you. Hey, I gotta work. L, you gotta understand, I gotta work around this, bro. I gotta use these things to my advantage because I'm losing, bro. Who was here last stream? Say I was, if you were here last stream. You know that I was getting jumped last stream, especially because of you, L. I was getting jumped. Jin Marks, welcome back, King. Where's my New York goons at? Yo, where the Yankees at? England. Mo, welcome into the stream. Mo, you are not from England, bro. Don't make me dox you. Mo, I'll dox you right now. New York, evil stream. All right. Amuni, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. I asked for people's location, and Mooney says my dreams. Clever. I was here, you were getting jumped, LMAO. I was getting jumped, bro. Dox Mo? Hey Mo, do you give me permission to dox you? Because you're trying to tell the chat you're from England. Chat, I'll give you a hint. He is not from England. He couldn't be any further from England. Shout out to Ireland. Shout out to Morocco. Shout out to Charlotte, North Carolina. Shout out to Indonesia. Shout out to Amsterdam. I like how he put the little 4-leaf clover there. I see what you're doing there. Shout out to India. Richmond, Virginia. Wait, is that multiple people from Ireland? Yo, Ireland, you Irish people going hard, bro. Hey, I respect Ireland. They got Conor McGregor, bro. Come on, Conor McGregor, he's crazy. Remember back in his heyday? That man was wild. Was abused. I was abused. Evo got the Sakuna treatment. Now I got the Whitebeard treatment. Remember Marineford? You saw what Blackbeard and the gang did to Whitebeard? I got Whitebeard. I got Whitebearded. I got Marineforded. Poland. Shout out to Poland. Did you mean to type Algeria? Mo's from China? Yeah, Mo's from China, guys. He's still saying England. All right, listen. It is time.
Let him cook.
We come together.
Let him cook now.
We read these spoilers point by point and we cook. Okay? You guys ready? Are you guys excited? I have not even read the spoilers. There was one person that told me a spoiler earlier in the chat, but you know, I don't know if they were right or wrong. Who's hyped to get into these spoilers? Chat, it is time. Mofa. Jabril, you can't talk like that in this chat. That's anti-Semitic. Dude, chat, listen. We gotta move around. We gotta talk in code words, okay? To all you guys that are red pilled, okay? If you want to make certain references, just drop the apple juice box emoji. We'll know what you mean. Yo, Jacob, welcome back, King. I had to fight a 20v1. These leaks too bland. No, don't tear it down, bro. Let me read this. Don't make me have a harsh critical view. Let me read the spoilers and I'm gonna come to my own conclusion. Who knows? Maybe we can figure something out together, King. That's what this is what this stream is all about. For us to conjoin as one and cook. Jinmark said, ha 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 ha. Evil 1v versus Gorsei and Celestials. I got saboed, bro. I saw the man sit on the empty throne. His name's L. And then I had the Gorsei chase after me and stab me. I dropped Cobra behind. Okay, that was me dropping, I don't know. That was me dropping a Mooney behind. Last stream. Young Smokey was a Gorsei. He was throwing shots at me. L was a Gorsei throwing shots at me. And I guess a Mooney was King Cobra. Oh, chat, by the way, one more thing before we start the spoilers. One more thing, okay? I watched the episode, okay? I finally watched it. The 2 episodes of Emu speaking. About 2 episodes ago where he said only literally like 1 word. And then I watched the new episode where he was giving that whole speech. Yo, can we just talk about that for a second? That was insane. That episode of Emu giving the whole speech, arguing with Sabo and Cobra. Well, not really Sabo, but arguing with Cobra. Yo, doesn't Emu sound like a legit demon? Like, the way they layer his voice, it's not like a robot, but it's like a distorted, layered kind of voice. Bro is a demon. And I saw people compare it to Gecko Moria. When Gecko Moria had all the shadows in him, his voice was distorted. I don't know if it's an exact parallel, like to say that Emu has a whole bunch of shadows. I don't know if it goes that far, but Emu in the anime has a legit alien voice, like a demon monster voice. Like he's not even human. What do you guys think about that? Was that W voice actor or L voice actor? Before we jump into the spoilers, let me know what you guys think. W voice acting or L voice acting? I'm gonna say W. And I've been on the train, I've been on the agenda that Emu is a man, because in the Japanese translations, in like the actual RAWs, the official Japanese, they refer to Emu as Emu Sei, and Sei is used for men, whereas Gu is used for women. So like Shalria, you know, I think it's St. Charles's mom, or is it his aunt? That one celestial lady, they refer to her as Gu, because that's how you speak about women in Japanese, and you use Sei for men. Well, they refer to Emu as Emu Sei, which just insinuates Emu's a man. And like this whole thing that Emu is the king of the world, not the queen of the world. It always seemed to me that Emu was a man, but that voice acting, I don't know. I wouldn't really use it and be like, see, listen to the voice in the anime, it sounds like a man. I don't think that's a good argument, you know. But it was crazy, especially if you guys noticed in the credits to the episode, I guess both episodes, when it shows Emu's voice actor, it's question marks. Isn't that kind of weird? Like, that means the person who did the voice acting for Emu had to sign a special contract where they're like, hey, we need you to voice act for this character, but you're not going to be credited. And a lot of people think like, oh, what if it's Oda? And I actually like that. Oda being the voice actor of Emu is actually great. I think that's hilarious. And honestly, it wouldn't be that far-fetched, because yes, Oda's a busy guy. I think everyone knows that. But it doesn't take that long to voice act. Oda could sit there for a few hours and do like multiple episodes in a row if they have the what do you call it? If they have like the dialogue lined out. I just wanted to talk about that really quick, because when I watched this episode, I was just like mind blown. I kept playing it back. I was like listening like a detective. Why does his voice sound like that? Is he a monster? Is he a demon? Is it a woman? That episode was crazy, man. W distortion or W male and female VA overlapping. Emu sounded like the Chimera sounded like in FMA Brotherhood. I think they're just hiding their real voice. It pisses me. Oh, you know what, Alec? That's actually a fair assumption. I won't lie. It pisses me off because Sabo and Cobra didn't react. Like, what the fuck is this demon in his voice? So that voice is literally a retcon for the... I don't know if it has to be that deep, personally. And don't get me wrong, Twitch clips, I have called out certain people in certain positions of being an Oda angel. Like, I get that, right? But I don't know if I necessarily would want to go down that route, you know? Well, why didn't Sabo and Cobra make a comment about Emu's voice? Like, I don't know if that is entirely like important, you know? I think they were more mind blown and astonished at the fact that there is a king of the world sitting on the empty throne. I think like that's what matters more. Like, that's what grasped their perspective. L with the 2, thank you, Young King. He said they did make Emu's voice sound ambiguous. Yeah, and here's the thing. I want to know what you guys think as well. I know, chat, we're here for the spoilers, Evil. Stop yapping. I get it. But I want to communicate about this episode real quick. I have a question, okay? And I feel like I know the obvious answer, but I want to double check, okay? Because I can't assume what people think. Chat, with a yes or a no, do you believe that Oda, the anime team, like the people behind the scenes with the anime, do you believe that they put a lot of careful thought into Emu's voice? Yes or no? Because that's one thing to consider. Because then it's like, okay, well, them putting question marks, it must be deep. Like, there's something to that. You know, why did they choose that voice? Why did they make the voice sound like that? If they put a lot of consideration into Emu sounding like that, you have to start asking these things. You know? I personally think, yes, 100%. This is the final antagonist of the story. There would be no Void Century without Emu. There would be no One Piece treasure without Emu. The whole point of this story is that this guy named Joy Boy had this great treasure. He liked the Ancient Kingdom. Him and the Ancient Kingdom got erased, and he left his treasure behind. because of someone named Emu. That's what the One Piece is all about. So they know this. So if they put all this thought into Emu's voice, then it justifies asking, why did they put question marks for Emu's voice? Why does Emu's voice sound like that? Like it's carefully calculated. And I would probably even put money on like Oda wanted his voice to sound like that specifically. Do you guys think so? Yes or no? Do you think Oda wanted Emu's voice in the anime to sound like that specifically? Because I think he didn't he help choose the voice actor for Luffy and Zoro? As well as like the live action? I think he wanted Emu to sound like that. I don't think like they were like, you know what, Oda, we don't want to hear what you have to say. We're gonna choose what Emu sounds like. Like, no, like Emu's a really important character. But chat, enough with the yapping. I think it's time, okay? You know what? It's good that we were yapping because not everyone made it to the stream in time. Oakley, welcome in, King. Lucas, welcome back, King. Glad to see you, Lucas. Dana Man with the 2 says Emu's voice is known as a legend of demons. A legend of demons. Dana Man, thank you for the 2, bro. Emu's voice actor, and L, again, thank you as well. L and Dan. I definitely believe they put a lot of careful consideration in Emu's voice. And that's honestly something to think about. You know, it's food for thought. And the fact, again, that they put question marks for his voice actor, these are legit things to talk about. Like, this is, like, you know, something to build off of. I mentioned this, what was it, last stream? The big reason why, the theory back in Wano about Kazuki Sukiyaki being Tenguyama Hitetsu, like them being the same person, is because they had the same voice actor. That was what I mentioned in my video. I'm sure there was plenty of other YouTubers that mentioned the same thing or even the same theory. You know, Tenguyama Hitetsu in Wano, remember the guy with the red mask, the Tengu mask? And Kazuki Sukiyaki, the father of Odin? They had the same exact voice actor. So that was one of the reasons we knew that that they were the same character. They were the same person. So perhaps the reason they want to cover and distort and hide Emu's voice actor is because they know that it could give something away. And I actually saw people, when we were talking about this last stream, I saw people in this chat saying that Emu's voice actor is the same actor as Dio. Are there any believers in that in stream chat right now? Dio from JoJo's? They were saying Dio's voice actor is the same voice actor as Emu. Yo, chat, did anyone make the fake evil grinder account? No, L. See, this is why we're at war. This is why we're in a perpetual cycle of conflict. Do not inspire the chat to do that. Upa, what's good, bro? Gambit, welcome back, King. It's a legion of demons, like many in one. Chat, make sure you guys like the stream, okay? Like the stream. All right, chat, I think it's about time. No more yapping. We got to start cooking.
Let him cook. Let him cook now.
All right, you guys ready? Let me see some salutes, chat. Let me see some salutes, man. Let me see some salutes. Let's get some salutes in chat before we start reacting. You guys know we're going to go point by point. We're going to take our time. We're going to digest. We're going to enjoy the spoilers. We're going to go through it. We're going to cook. We're going to take our time, chat, okay? Let's get some salutes. 07. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the posts, videos, soon to be, and streams, okay? Hit the noti bell. All right, chat, let's get into it. Pew Peace. Shout out to the boy Pew Peace. Salute Pew Peace. He's been doing his thing. You know, I've had certain choice words for Pew Peace. I've had choice words. I'm not going to lie. I've had choice words for Pew Peace because of things that I find to be fair and legitimate, okay? But Pew Peace, he's been doing his thing. He's been sharing spoilers for quite some time now. So shout out to Pew Peace, okay? At Pew Peace. That's where you guys can find the spoilers ASAP, okay? Brief spoilers for One Piece 1127. Chapter 1127 title, Adventure into the Mysterious Kingdom. Okay, what is this about? Ancient Kingdom chapter? Elbaf chapter? Probably the latter, probably Elbaf. But it's weird how they call that they would refer to Elbaf as the Mysterious Kingdom. You know, isn't that a little weird? Isn't it like the Giant Kingdom, the Kingdom of the Giants? Elbaf is not that mysterious. Like, we heard about it all the way back in Thriller Bark, Little Garden, you know? Also, one thing, chat, let's be careful with the title, because last week the title between the short summary, long summary, and the actual chapter, they were different titles. And they were completely different. I think that in the spoilers, the name of the title or the name of the chapter was Payback. And then the actual chapter title was something totally different. So let's be a little careful. I'm not saying let's not make a theory about the chapter title. Let's just keep in mind that the title could be wrong. You know, that's just how it is. Make a theory about what we see, but don't put too much stock in it, because we have to see the actual chapter. JJ, John Sherrod, so glad to see you here, King. How you doing, brother? Let me know how you feeling, JJ. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're staying blessed. Glad to see you, bro. Elbaf is mysterious. All right, chat. Let me see with a round of applause, a round of responses. Would you say that Elbaf is mysterious? Yes or no? I would lean towards no. Like, sure, there's things we don't know about it, but would you say, oh yeah, it's mysterious? Like, I don't know if I want to say yes. Like, when I think of a mysterious kingdom, I think of, like, again, the ancient kingdom. Maybe even Wano is more mysterious than Elbaf, because Wano's closed off to the world. Damn, everyone's gonna say yes. I'm gonna be the only one that says no. Quick, chat, someone be biased and say no. Elbaf is very mysterious and went from payback to return to compensation to taking responsibility. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. You know, I'm not saying don't read the spoilers, don't react to the spoilers. I'm just saying, you know, to a certain extent, you got to take it with a grain of salt. I'm great. Had an amazing weekend. One for the books. Hey, JJ, I'm glad to hear that, bro. We all deserve good weekends. You deserve happiness, bro. I'm glad to read that, man. And I'm glad to see you, JJ. Not mysterious to us, but it's mysterious to the people of One Piece. I don't know. Because you hear, again, you hear characters refer to Elbaf. I don't know. What do we really know about Elbaf? We know like 5 facts. Yes, by default, if Wano has its own lore, so should Elbaf. Elbaf will be wacky and funny. Yeah, I think it'll be, Elbaf will be like Whole Cake Island, but with giants. You know, like Goofy. No, maybe Oda will even have like singing and dancing, like musicals in Elbaf. You know, he did that with Whole Cake Island, didn't he? Bro talks like the giants are his homies. Bro, the giants are my homies. Oisho, Kami, Dory, Bragi. Bro, those are the homies. Plus, Shanks is the homie. What does Shanks have an allegiance to? Elbaf. So yeah, bro, the Elbaf and the giants are the homies. Elbaf will be Dressrosa plus Whole Cake Island plus Amazon Lily. What makes you say that? I just got back. I don't know why I'm saying no. It's mysterious. We don't know much about Elbaf. I'd say yes, there is mysterious things like the history and animals. Nah, Elbaf, more exciting for the fight lore. The fight lore? The fight lore. I've never heard of that before. People usually separate the two. Fighting, combat, and lore. All right, first point, chat. Cover. Yamato meets up with Inuarashi. Okay, so where is this cover story going? We were saying this last chapter, last stream, last chapter reaction. This cover story of Yamato is starting very slow. There's not that much happening. Oda's notorious for this. He starts things off, especially cover stories, very slow. Then it begins to speed up, speed up, speed up. It begins to ramp up. And as we've been saying, I expect to see Blackbeard Pirates, or the Blackbeard Pirates, invade Wano during this cover story. Much like how last cover story, the Blackbeard Pirates invaded Whole Cake Island. They invaded Whole Cake for the Road Poneglyph. This time around, I think they're going to invade Wano for the Road Poneglyph, but also Pluton. Okay? Yes or no? Do you agree? During this cover story, Caribou's going to tell Blackbeard about Pluton, and they're going to go to Wano for Pluton? Yes or no? I believe that's what's going to happen. Blackbeard is going to grab Pluton, hear about Luffy being on Elbaf. Blackbeard's going to go to Elbaf with Pluton. Blackbeard's going to use Pluton against the Straw Hats on Elbaf. And I think Shanks will probably be there too. This whole big Ragnarok war. Red Hair Pirates, Blackbeard Pirates, Straw Hats. And Blackbeard's going to be using Pluton. And like technically, Caribou could tell Blackbeard about another ancient weapon, that being Poseidon. But I don't think Oda's going to go in the direction where Blackbeard has Pluton and Poseidon. Because it seems to be that the world government has Uranus. The thing that was flying in the sky that destroyed Lucia, that must be your Uranus, and it uses Mother Flame. Mother Flame is its energy source. It's its weapon. It's being manipulated and used as a weapon. So I think what Oda's going for is the three ancient weapons are set to three large factions. Poseidon's with the Straw Hats, Pluton will be with the Blackbeard Pirates, and Uranus will be with the world government. I think that's what Oda's going towards. All right, first point of the first actual point of the chapter. Nami finds herself in a massive castle built entirely out of Lego pieces. Even the plants are made of Legos. The castle is located in Elbaf. Chat, salutes. We've officially made it to Elbaf. Elbaf is here. Elbaf has officially begun. Isn't this monumental? Isn't this groundbreaking? We as a community, as a fan base, have been talking about Elbaf for 1,000 chapters now. How many Elbaf videos have you seen the past 10 years? Every One Piece YouTuber ever has made a video on Elbaf. Probably the most talked about topic. Elbaf, Elbaf, Elbaf. We should be celebrating. This should be monumental. It's finally here. We're on the Elbaf ship. We have the Straw Hats with the giants of Elbaf. We have Nami in a castle on Elbaf. And it seems like what we were hypothesizing the past few streams is true. The reason why Nami is in this Viking outfit is because she has made contact with Elbaf. It wasn't because Nami was at some other random mysterious island and she got led astray. No, that sword on Nami's back, that Viking outfit, she's clearly working. She ran into someone Elbaf related. So it seems like Nami made it to Elbaf before the giant ship made it to Elbaf. Isn't that kind of weird? Nami made it to Elbaf before the giant's ship made it to Elbaf. That's kind of weird. Is it because of the man with the burn scar using whirlpools to his advantage? Is it because of Loki? Of course, we'll continue reading these spoilers and I'll probably get a more specific answer, but so far we're only on the first point. Abine, welcome back, King. Door Handle, welcome back. Sazo, welcome in. A fable is a short story, typically with animals as characters conveying a moral. What makes you say that, though? Didn't Oda say that Nami originates from Sweden? They have Viking history. Oh, yo. Roxy Yunus, that is actually kind of insane. I never thought of that before. What SBS is that from? Because I know what you're referring to. There's an SBS, I know what you're referring to. There's an SBS where Oda's talking about if the Straw Hats were from the real world, like Luffy would be from Brazil. What was it? Zoro would be from Japan. Who would be from Russia? Was it Robin? I think they said Frankie's from the USA. Yo, that's actually insane. If that SBS does say that Nami would be from Sweden, then isn't it strange how, again, like how you said, Sweden was known for Vikings? Oh, yo, Roxy Yunez, bro.
Let him cook.
Yunez.
Let him cook now.
Yo, and see, that's actually, that almost in a way conflicts with like the actual story, because we know that in the actual story, like the manga, Nami is from Oikot village, and Oikot is Tokyo backwards. So I've seen people make theories about Nami having some type of Japanese lore, some type of Japanese history. You know, that doesn't entirely work with Nami in real life being from Sweden. So maybe Oda will go one way or the other, or I don't know, maybe he uses both somehow. But that would be interesting, like Nami in real life being from Sweden, because then that ties into, like how you said, the Vikings. Yo, that would be so great, actually, because you guys know this. Post time skip One Piece, Oda has largely ignored the Straw Hats. Yes or no? Yes or no? In the post time skip One Piece, Oda has ignored everyone outside of Luffy and Sanji. Maybe you can argue Zoro's in there, but don't you feel like that's the case? Oda is ignoring everyone outside of Luffy and Sanji. Come on. There's nothing for Frankie. There's nothing for Chopper. There's definitely nothing for Brook. A little bit of Jinbei. Oda's ignoring the Straw Hats. So what I want to see is have Nami get some lore, bro. We've been saying for a long time, Nami could possibly get some lore on Lodestar, because Lodestar is like the road stars, and that's the star alignments, the constellations, navigators use that, blah 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 blah. But again, Yunez, he made a great point. Sweden is deeply affiliated with the Viking lore in real life. Nami in an SBS was stated to be from Sweden. So how insane would it be if Nami had some type of connection to Elbaf? That'd be crazy, bro. Shout out to Yunez, man. Let him cook that. Can we get a salute to Yunez?
Let him cook now.
Can we get an 07 for Yunez or W Yunez? That's actually fire. I really like that. That's a cool curveball. That's a huge curveball from Oda. Elle said, there's definitely a connection there. Rox is cooking. Nami felt connected to Skypiea somehow, and they did mention there was another entrance. Yeah, shout out to Elle too. Don't we think, I don't know if we all think this, but do you guys think that, at the top of the Adam tree, which is obviously the tree of Elbaf, don't you guys think the top of that tree connects to Skypiea? Don't you think so? For me, I feel like it's not, I don't want to say it's obvious, but like if that was, if that's true, then like in a sense it would feel obvious, but not in a bad way. You know, like just as you said, they said on Skypiea there was a bunch of different roads that you can use to access Skypiea, but obviously the Straw Hats took the most dangerous path, the knock-up stream. Where do those roads come from? It must come from somewhere high in the sky. That Elbaf tree, which would be the Adam tree, it's very obvious. Maybe the top of that tree links to Skypiea. And dude, how crazy would it be if we go to Elbaf and because of that, like Enel, he goes down to Skypiea, Enel leaves the moon, he goes to Skypiea, he takes the road and lands on the Elbaf tree, and now we have Enel on Elbaf. Enel could be like the Thor of Elbaf. Come on, bro.
Let him cook.
That'd be fire.
Let him cook now.
I need to see Enel's return on Elbaf. Let him play Thor. All these major characters, or at least major antagonists, always make a comeback in some fashion. Bring Enel to Elbaf, please. Every One Piece fan likes Enel. Every One Piece fan likes Enel. I've never seen someone say, oh, Enel, trash character. Dude, everyone loves Enel, and Oda knows that. His editors know that. Nami got some kind of goddess foreshadowing thing going on. Yeah, there's something going on with Nami's backstory. Definitely, it would fit with the whole Norse realms mythos. Exactly, Al. As with the way Yggdrasil connects to different realms in Norse mythology. Yeah, exactly. The tree of Yggdrasil in Norse mythology, Nordic mythology, it has different worlds, different realms on the tree of Yggdrasil. So possibly the top of the Adam tree could be the realm that leads to heaven or something like that. And remember, Nami was an orphan. What if she finds her history and that she's linked to Loki or something? Yo, that would actually be insane. Because then we would look back on Thriller Bark and we would see how Lola was becoming the sister, not biological, obviously, but Lola was becoming the metaphorical sister of Nami. And the whole time, that would mean Lola was complaining about Nami's father. Nami's metaphorical sister Lola was complaining about Nami's father Loki. Dude, that would add so much context. That would be insane. All right, let's continue, guys. Oh, the Legos thing. What do you guys think about the Legos? I think that shows that Loki is immature, and we were expecting that. In Norse mythology, Nordic mythology, Loki is a trickster, he's childish, he's not very adult-like. I think that fits Loki. You know, it's not really something that doesn't work. It's not really too much of a confusing point. I think it makes sense. What do you guys think? Loki being immature, and again, this could tie into the idea that Elbaf takes a little bit of inspo from Whole Cake Island in terms of it being very colorful, it being very silly and goofy and childlike because of Loki. Loki is an immature person in their mythology, and he's also the king, the ruler, the prince of Elbaf. Man with the burnt scar is the villain of Elbaf. Straw Hats will have all 4 road poneglyphs during Elbaf. Shanks might confront Blackbeard and Beehive. Yeah, man. It's hard to say when the Blackbeard fight will be. It's very difficult because it could take place on Elbaf. It could start on Elbaf and then move to Beehive. For me, it's very difficult to say where it'll take place. Johan, what's good, bro? Is it, here, I'm gonna call you Shwari. Bro, nice theory. What if Vegapunk, what if his brain comes and sits on the Adam tree? Yeah, we were saying that before. Turn Elbaf into the new Egghead, in a way. Turn Elbaf into the new Egghead, because we know that the Books of Ohara was brought to Elbaf. That's perfect. So bring Egghead to Elbaf. Plus, Egghead is, a lot of it's been destroyed, man. If you bring Egghead to Elbaf and remake Egghead on Elbaf, then at least you would have these powerful giants to help move the buildings around. You would have the powerful giants to help defend the island. Recreate Egghead on Elbaf. Irfan, glad to see you, bro. All right, chat, next point. As Nami's running away from enormous insects, she spots Usopp being attacked by a giant cat. Guys, what does that remind you of? Usopp being attacked by a giant cat. Is that something related to Alabasta? Remember the sea cat? Is that something related to Amazon Lily? Wasn't there a big cat in Amazon Lily? What does that remind you of? A big cat. Was it Amazon Lily that had like a big black cat? Chat, what am I thinking of? I could have swore there was something in like the manga or the anime with like a big black cat. Captain Kuro. Usopp is a... Yo, Sosa, that is insane. Oh, man. I don't know. That thing about Usopp getting attacked by a big cat, that reminds me of something. I can't put my finger on it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Pause. Chat, remind me of where that's from. There's something related to that. This is the cat from Alice in Wonderland. Oh, so you think, because obviously Alice in Wonderland, it was a big theme in Elbaf. Do you think Alice in Wonderland Part 2 is going to be Elbaf? Hey, yeah. I think that's possible. Again, Loki is an immature guy. It's a kid, bro. I'm getting Strong World vibes. Nami is imprisoned in Elbaf's Lego castle because Lego is Danish. Yo, doesn't like Danish history have ties to Vikings? Yo, Johan, you might be onto something, bro. You might be onto something. Can anyone confirm, like, Danish history? Were they affiliated with Vikings? Because I'm pretty sure they were. That is some next level stuff, Johan. You are insane in a good way. You are insane. Legos are Danish. Danish histories correlated with Vikings. Elbaf is Vikings, so then throw Legos in there. Yo, that is some 200 IQ. This is gonna be like a chat is Sweden and what do you even call like Danish? What's the country? Chat, where are you from if you're Danish? The Danes? What is the I feel so stupid asking this question. Denmark, okay. Chat, is Denmark and Sweden considered Eastern European? Is that Eastern European? Like, what would we classify that, or just European? Because then maybe Elbaf is like, obviously, yes, it's Norse, Nordic, Vikings, but like maybe more specifically, it's European. Elbaf would be the European arc, European through the lens of Vikings. Scandinavian, Europe, Denmark, North Europe. It's North Europe, or is it Northeast? Oda's trying to get One Piece Lego sets. Yeah, aren't there already One Piece Lego sets though? There has to be One Piece Lego sets. Like a One Piece Thousand Sunny Lego set. Surely that has to exist by now. One Piece hasn't done a collab with Legos? North European, ASAP Rocky would know? Wait, why would ASAP Rocky know? I'm sorry, that went right over my head. Whoosh. Nami is Swedish. Lego is Danish. Here is the link. Someone in Elbaf definitely has a Lego. Yo, imagine having the Lego no Mi. Yes, I have it. Oh, Amuni, are you actually trolling or do you actually have it? The Thousand Sunny Lego edition. All right, let's go to the next point. Nami and Usopp try to fight the cat, but it sends Usopp flying with a powerful swipe. Okay, so where is Usopp gonna land? Is Usopp gonna land right in front of Loki? The cat throws a swipe at Usopp. He goes flying and lands right in front of Loki. Let him and Loki, they start off as friends. Then they get to know more about each other. Usopp hears rumors about Loki. Usopp starts to develop animosity towards Loki. Usopp and Loki butt heads. Where is this going? What is Oda cooking? What is Oda cooking?
Let him cook now.
They try to fight the cat, but it sends Usopp flying with a powerful swipe. Chat, where do we think Oda's going with that? The cat is Loki. Loki has a cat devil fruit. Not official Lego brand, but I have Blackbeard ship. Yo, that's fire. Wait, I just realized there was no new bounty updates post Egghead. Yeah, that's interesting, but I wonder if that's because the world government wants to do its best to not give Straw Hats clout and attention for Egghead. You know, like, Egghead was already a disaster for the world government, so maybe they want to limit the effects. So maybe then that ties into how, you know, they didn't give the Straw Hats a new bounty. Because I was wondering the same thing. When Egghead ends, will they give the Straw Hats a new bounty? For me, like, yeah, it made a lot of sense. But at the same time, I could see the other side of it. Where it's like, Egghead was a gigantic failure for the world government. You had Nico awaken again. He was fighting off the world Garasei. They were in line with Vegapunk, and that therefore helped Vegapunk get his message out, you know? So maybe they need to have some limitations here. Amuni said, I sent you in DM. I'm halfway done. Yo, let's check this out. Oh, chat, he's not lying. Yo, this man has 1,000 Sunny. Yo, see, you were prepared for Elbaf. You were prepared for Elbaf. Look at that. The 1,000 Sunny Lego edition. Yo, Otis trying to get those sales, bro. Otis trying to say, hey, Legos, let's work together. You know what's crazy to me? Why hasn't Oda or One Piece or Shueisha, whoever you want to name, why haven't they done a collab of Fortnite? Like, think about it. Don't you think if One Piece did a Fortnite collab, the sales on the skins would be insane? It would be within one day, within hours, they would probably make millions of dollars with a Zoro skin on Fortnite, a Luffy skin on Fortnite, Nami skin on Fortnite, Law, Blackbeard. They would make so many sales. Fortnite One Piece collab. But shout out to Amuni, bro. It has 1,000 Sunny. Yo, that's fire, bro. Finish building it and send it to me so we can show it on stream. Shout out to that boy Amuni, bro. Fake Lego doesn't count, bro. Come on. It's basically Legos. We don't care about the brand name. Mo, what's good? He says, hey, Pookie. Pookie? Pookie?
Oh my god, bro.
You're calling me Pookie? See, Mo? This is why I get this sus reputation. It's because of you, Mo. It's because of the mods. The mods here peak sussery. It still counts, you queefs. Even though it's not the OG Lego, that still looks fire. Exactly. Bro, it's Legos. Come on. It's basically Legos. It's good, Yonko Luffy. The reference to the drink is Alice in Wonderland, England is influenced by Nordic culture. Are you talking about the green fairy? Yo, Art, what's good, bro? Amuni captured the Sunny all along, the plot twist. It was him, bro. Art said never sus. Hey, Art, you're in the minority. Peak sussery is insane. Yo, Surgeon, welcome in, but is that wrong? Look at what Mo says. Look at what L says. Come on, the mods are sus. Lone Sigma, what's good, bro? The cat is Loki. He is a trickster. Yo, okay, so let's have a vote here. Do you guys believe the cat attacking Usopp and Nami is Loki? Yes or no? Let me get some answers. Do you believe the cat attacking Loki or attacking Usopp and Nami is Loki? That would be a crazy twist. Loki's known for being a trickster. Maybe he's not even a cat because of a devil fruit. Maybe he has some other magic or something. Come on, that'd be crazy. Loki is a trickster, man. He's a trickster. No, yes, no, just a giant cat. Pokemaneville? Yo, I have nothing to do with Pokemon. Young Smokey, welcome in. We are only as sus as you, Eddie DiCharlos. See? Look what you caused, L. Young Smokey, hope you're doing good, bro. Listen, I'm the least sus here. I've never said anything sus before. I'm just trying to rile up the chat against 3. Yo, I'm getting jumped out here. Maybe he's inspired by shape-shifting Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland. Bro, I need to watch Alice in Wonderland. I think I watched that like once, and it was like, what, 20 years ago? I don't remember. All I remember about Alice in Wonderland is Tin Man. You guys remember Tin Man from Alice in Wonderland? The dude made out of the aluminum, the tin cans. He has no heart. Bro, the amount of rappers that I've heard say like, yeah, I'm heartless like the Tin Man. You guys got to come up with something else. Bro, that's Wizard of Oz. Okay, hopefully no one heard that. Bro, that was Wizard of Oz. Listen, Alice in Wonderland, Wizard of Oz. Same thing, dude. Eric, come on, bro. Man. All right, fine. Alice in Wonderland, the movie, the story with the rabbit hole. Is that what you're talking about? The girl, she falls down the rabbit hole. There's the people with they're made out of cards. I remember that from, oh, I remember it from Kingdom Hearts, bro. Who played that OG Kingdom Hearts 1? One of the first worlds you have is Alice in Wonderland. Come on, I remember that, Alice in Wonderland. You had the ugly little queen lady, the judge. Wizard in Wonderland. Cat with a lion devil fruit. Man's got his classic movie characters mixed up. Alice in Oz Wondering. Alice in Oz Wondering. Alice in Wondering Oz. If this is Loki kidnapping Nami, I won't like it at all, especially if it's because he's simping for her. I mean, how many times have we seen characters in One Piece simp for Nami? You know, it gets to a point where it's kind of played out. You know, same thing with Sanji. It's played out. I fear for Loki's character. Imagine being rejected by Lola. I don't know. Maybe he got rejected by Lola because it was forced love. Like, you can't force someone to love you, you know? Bride, simp for Nami too. She fine as hell. Okay, chat. Who here would simp for me, for Nami? I was gonna say simp for me. Who here would simp for Nami? Yes or no? Me or not me? Loki is an otaku. Oda's always simping for Nami. I mean, come on. Have you seen all of these cover pages? These color spreads of Nami? Oda, I've seen this so many times. When Oda has like a double page spread, like a color spread of the Straw Hats with Nami on it, he'll put Nami in a perspective where her feet are gigantic and it's facing the camera. Tell me I'm lying. Haven't you guys noticed that? Oda, every time he has Nami in a double page color spread, he has Nami's feet like huge. It's like 1/3 of the color spread, and it's like facing the camera. I don't know. Oda might be pushing an agenda here, chat. Personality abysmal. See, that's what I'm saying. Boa and Robin, I would simp for you. No. We're not asking if you would simp for me. We're asking if you would simp for Nami. There's a big difference. One's on Grindr, the other one's not. I'm just kidding. You know, I had to feed the L agenda real quick. Nami would require daily Barati dates. Yeah, she would. Take me here, take me there. Pretty sure a few berries and Nami will give you a... I'm not even going to read that out. All right, let's continue, guys. No more distractions. Eric, you getting timed out? What did Eric say? Eric, what did you say? Dawn of Ascension said, Eric, you're getting timed out. What did Eric say? I don't even see him in the chat. Where is he? I ain't simping. I'm hitting. Yeah, go ahead and time him out. Go ahead and time him out. L with the 2. Thank you, bro. Bro really asked who'd simp for him. Look, I misspoke. I don't want to be simped over. I am taken. I'm a loyal man. I'm taken. I don't need any simps. Okay? Nobody simp for me. I'm not interested. I'm nearly married, okay? I don't want any simps. It's outside of my, what's the word? Comfort zone. We ain't simping for Morleyville. Dawn of Ascension, you and this more. See, this is why I can't read chat. I have to stick to the spoilers. If I read chat, it's like, okay, Evil, you want people simping for you. Charlos, Morley, what else? Thank you, L. Okay, chat, who here is simping for L? Let me flip this on L. Who here in chat is simping for L? I highly doubt anyone's gonna say me. Who would simp for L? Not me. You know what, mods? Can you guys get Roxy Yunus out of here? We need him kicked out of here, please. Young Smokey said I'm simping for L. Of course. Of course. Why are you giving me the ellipses? What did I say? Dot, 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 dot. What did I say? You guys are dropping ellipses in chat. What did I say? Kid Me was a big fan of Gengar. Yo, that used to be my logo. Remember back in the day? Gengar with the Dofi shades? That's a throwback, man. Who remembers what would we call it? Gengarville? Who remembers those days? He's my teammate to take Eddie D. Weevil down. Okay, so it's Weevil, it's Charlos, Mr. 3, Morley. Oh, man. You're married to the streets? I am not married to the streets. All right, let's focus. Let's focus, guys. Put your thinking caps on. Next point. Suddenly, the cat transforms into a giant lion and charges at both Nami and Usopp. Okay, let's just read the next point because there's nothing to say about that. Just as things seem dire, Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji arrive and take down the giant lion with a coordinated combo attack. The Straw Hats are on Elbaf, baby. The Straw Hats are on Elbaf, baby. We're officially on Elbaf. Let me see some salutes in chat. Let me see some well-baths in chat. W Elbaf, we're officially here. We got Nami on Elbaf. We got Usopp on Elbaf. We got Luffy on Elbaf. Zoro on Elbaf. Did I say Sanji? Sanji on Elbaf. We're officially on Elbaf. We've been waiting decades. Decades in real life waiting for this arc. It's finally here. Why is there not enough hype for Elbaf? Where's the hype? People have been begging, Elbaf, I need Elbaf so bad. Get me out of Wano. Take us to Elbaf. Get us out of Egghead. Take us to Elbaf. Where's the hype? Because Elbaf's here. Where's the hype? We're finally in Elbaf. Oda, you've been cooking for a long time. Oda, don't fumble Elbaf. If you fumble Elbaf, One Piece fans will never forgive you. He's never gonna forget. They will never forgive you, Oda. This is the most hyped up arc. This is the most built up arc besides what? Final War? Elbaf. Where's the hype? I don't see any hype in the chat. I see people asking about Chopper. Bro, fuck Chopper. We're on Elbaf. With or without Chopper. Chopper, you go do your own thing. We are on Elbaf. You understand me? Elbaf. Elbaf. Okay? We don't care about this raccoon. We don't care about this squirrel, reindeer, dog, whatever he is. We're on Elbaf. That's what matters more. Chopper could go figure out whatever he's going to do. L with the 2. The big 3 jumping now. Hey, yo!
Oh my god, dog.
The big 3 jumping now. What do you mean? I'm 3, and you're saying the big 3 is jumping. What? And you call me sus. L, you call me sus. The big 3 jumping now. Poor cat. Big 3. I'm 3. There's something big about me. Something big about me is jumping, and you're saying poor cat. Wow, L. See, chat, this is why I say my mods are sus. Peak sussery. Peak sussery. And I don't know, L, what do you think? Why are why is the monster trio attacking the lion? You know what's interesting? People try to say that Jinbei is in the monster trio. Nah, bro, Oda's trying to show us these subtle clues. Jinbei is not in the monster trio. It's Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji, bro. And I'm not even that big of a Sanji fan. There's things I like about Sanji. I love Sanji's backstory. I like his flashback. But again, like this whole thing of him being a simp is just not funny anymore. It's very annoying. But Sanji, he's a monster trio. Who's the monster trio, chat? Is it Sanji in it? Or is it Jinbei? Let me see some answers. We see right here, just as things seem dire with Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji. They jump the lion with a coordinated attack. Bro, that's the monster trio, man. The forever monster trio. And I think I like Jinbei more than Sanji. Yeah, I would say that. I like Jinbei as a character more than Sanji. But if we're talking monster trio, I don't think it's Jinbei. Look at what Oda's trying to portray in One Piece. Big three is L, Eddie, and VP. Yo, facts, bro. That's the monster trio of the community. Me, Young Smokey, and L. That's the monster trio. Then we got don't worry, we have the loyal Straw Hats. Okay, if we were the Straw Hat crew, I think most of the viewers, most of the supporters, unfortunately, they would have to be the Grand Fleet because there's only a limited amount of Straw Hats. So I would be Luffy, Smokey would be Zoro, L would be Sanji. Oh, for sure. I'm Luffy, Smokey is Zoro, L is Sanji. Who's Nami? Okay, Dawn of Ascension, Nami. Who's Chopper? Or you know what? Lucas is Chopper. That's a good one. Lucas is Chopper 100%. Who is Jin Marks? That's hard to say. This is actually a really difficult question. Trying to give certain viewers certain Straw Hats. That's very difficult. I'll let you guys decide. But Lucas, I think he's a good contender for Chopper. This man is the kind heart supporter. But Dawn of Ascension, I'm sorry, you get Nami. Come on, you get Nami here. Eli is Jinbei. That's who he is. Yeah, Eli, you're getting Jinbei, brother. I am Robin since I love science. Okay, Dawn of Ascension, actually, I'm gonna move. I can't do that to Dawn of Ascension. Dawn of Ascension is Robin. 100%. I've literally made comparisons between Dawn of Ascension to Robin. I can't do that to Dawn. I can't do that to the Queen. Dawn of Ascension, she's Robin. Someone else has to be Nami. Okay, Maya, you're Nami. You volunteer to be Nami, then you're Nami. Who's Frankie? Who's Frankie, chat? Eunice said I would be Shanks. Nah, bro. You have to be... You know what? Roxy Eunice? You're Usopp. Because how often do Luffy and Usopp butt heads, bro? Look at your agenda. L, you're lucky that you're not considered Usopp. L, you're the runner-up to Usopp. Lucas said I'd rather be Frankie. All right, you get Frankie. Who wants Chopper? Let me be Blackbeard. What's good, Artie? Gabby, welcome back. I'd be Luffy Viets. What does that mean? Luffy Viets. Bro, I'm literally a scientist. Gotta change to Vegapunk or I'm the dude from Odaria. Listen, if you are from the Straw Hats, who would you be? I guess you don't have to be from the Straw Hats. You could be Vegapunk. Because, chat, this man, Pokemon Red, he's a legit scientist. Can we get a W, Pokemon Red? Can we get salutes, chat? My boy, Pokemon Red in chat, like, all jokes aside, all memes aside, this man is a legit scientist. He's about to graduate here soon. I think you said within the next year or two, maybe less. He's about to graduate. This man is a scholar when it comes... Is it marine biology? I hope I don't butcher it. I'm gonna sound like a terrible friend. This man, or aquatics. It's aquatics. He's a scientist, a legit scientist in aquatics. And he's gonna be making the earth a much better place with better distribution and clean water. With fish tanks. He's dealing with the fishies. Shout out to the boy Pokemon Red. Red is producing smiles. Yeah, Pokemon Red in chat is making smile fruits. Nah, if anyone's making smile fruits, is Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci is literally just another Caesar clown. Think about it. Dr. Fauci, first of all, he is a clown. Second of all, he's poisoning kids. Let me stop before YouTube demonetizes me and bans my channel. How dare you speak the truth? I'm Vasco Shot. Dude, no way someone would want to volunteer to be Vasco Shot. Out of every character in the entire story, you choose to be Vasco Shot? Are you serious? Me as Barto wouldn't be bad. All right, L, you could be Barto. Who's Zoro? Hey, Young Smokey, you volunteer to be Zoro? Who volunteers to be Zoro? Who volunteers to be Sanji? I nominate you for Bonchan. Nah, I gotta be Luffy in this case. I have to be Luffy. I'm leading the helm here. I want to be a Seraphim when I grow up. Actually, I'll be Zeus. It'd be fun living in Nami's rod. Did I just read that, dude? Chat, you see what I mean? Actually, I'll be Zeus. It would be fun living in Nami's rod.
Oh my god, dog.
Are you serious? This is the problem with men. All right, chat. Let's go back to One Piece. The chapter ends with Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, and Sanji reunited, all wearing Viking outfits, ready to leave the Lego castle. Chat, where are the rest of the Straw Hats? Where is Chopper? Where is Frankie? Where is Robin? Where is Jinbei? Where is Brook? Oda's abandoning the Straw Hats. See what I mean? We were talking about this earlier. Karu said, I'm 5'3", so I'm Leo, I guess. Oh, man. All right, well, you're Leo then. Chopper got eaten. Yo, new theory. The big cat in 1127 ate Chopper. Think about it. Chopper was an easy snack. Y'all messed up. Y'all should want to be Momo. I'm Joy Boy. What's good, Pakes? Chopper don't drink, so he's probably on the Great Eric. But why would... Chat, does anyone remember... No. Chopper was with the OG6, wasn't he? Chat, who is Chopper with on these two ships? Wasn't he on the one with the OG6? Luffy's Nami, Usopp, Sanji? Zoro? Wasn't Chopper with them? Maybe the spoilers doesn't mention Chopper. They have a Chopper bias. He was with them. Maybe the spoilers just for some reason they don't mention Chopper. Yeah, 1126 said it's the Alabasta 6. Yeah, maybe the spoilers, like, they just don't mention Chopper. Yo, we're finally on Elbaf, man. So, chat, it looks like we have 167 votes, and 53% of people said it's a 10 out of 10. Bro, this is an abomination of a poll. This poll is an abomination. You guys have been waiting for Elbaf for so long, and now that we're starting Elbaf, only half of you give it a 10 out of 10? Are you serious? We waited this long for Elbaf, and only 53% of people give it a 10 out of 10. And yeah, break next week. I'm depressed. Break next week, chat. Break next week. You know what? As we always say, the long summary is going to be better than the short summary, and the chapter reaction is going to be better than both summaries, man. Don't feel discouraged. The short summary is a short summary. Wasn't it a few chapters ago some of the best details in the chapter weren't even in the short summary? So maybe some of the best details of 1127 is going to be in the long summary. I thought it was 3 chapters in break. Yeah, it was. 1125, 26, 27, right? Isn't it 1125, 26, 27? And then break? Chat break next week. It's always heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. Like, I get it. Yes, Oda needs his break. It's still heartbreaking. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Sorry, I just wasn't feeling the Loki is a simp and kidnapped Nami theories, but I'm waiting for Oda paneling. Yeah, I mean, come on. Like, we don't know for sure if that lion or cat, whatever, is Loki. But it's interesting. The cat turns into a lion. Does a cat have a lion devil fruit? Or is it someone's awakened Zoan? Their monster form is a cat, and then their awakened form is a lion. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's a human. Their hybrid monster form is a cat, and then when they awaken, they're a lion. I don't know. Or maybe it's a cat who ate a lion fruit. Got JR right with the 2. Thank you, Young King. Any chance this is all a dream? Yeah, I guess it could be a dream. But what I would refute that with is the idea that Nami woke up. You know, if it was a dream, I think it'd be a little weird if in the dream she woke up. Because usually in dreams, they don't really start with you waking up. It skips that. It skips the idea of someone waking up. They do all these things that are weird. Then they wake up and they realize it was a dream. That's what I would use to refute it. But that's not necessarily a fact. Like, Oda could have had Nami wake up, it's a dream, and then she actually wakes up. I guess that could be the case. I think it would be unlikely, but yeah, that's a good thought. Shout out to JR Raider for the theory, the explanation in the super chat. And L with the 5. Thank you so much, L with the $5 super chat. L said it meant the monster trio. Jinbei ain't it because he's older. Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji are at the age where they can grow and learn the most. Yeah, that's a good answer. I do think the monster trio doesn't include Jinbei. And I love Jinbei. Obviously, Jinbei is strong and powerful, but I don't think that's the direction Oda wants to go with the monster trio. And that's a good explanation. Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro, they have a lot more room to grow. You know, Jinbei's a bit up there in age. And I understand in One Piece, like, the peak of someone is usually around 50 to 55. That's when a character's at their peak. And we see that with plenty of characters like Whitebeard, Garp, you know, characters like that. And then they start to decline at like 60, 70, 80. And then we also know that there's an SBS where Oda asked, or where a reader asked Oda, hey Oda, why do you always make the coolest characters or the strongest characters, the best characters, old people? And Oda explicitly said that he likes to make old people powerful in his story. He likes to make the old people powerful, smart, at their peak. Oda likes to do that. What's good, Monkey? Vito, what's good? It was 3 weeks of manga. Of course, it was a break week. It's still, yeah, I understand that, but it's still sad. No one enjoys breaks. We love One Piece. So, she's dreaming just how I would be dreaming about you. Monkey. What's good, Sushi? Luffy is going to help get food to the Celestial Dragons because Blackbeard wants a favor with them to make a pirate country. Yeah. Shout out to Young Smokey for that theory.
Let him cook. Let him cook now.
We were talking about the Blackbeard pirates trying to work with the world government last stream because, like, as you said, the world government is getting asked by the Blackbeard pirates to allow Hachinosu to become a pirate country. So maybe the Blackbeard pirates are going to go against the revs in terms of the food shortage that the last chapter talked about in order to gain favor with the world government. But my thing with that is, like, would that be enough? The world government would never want there to be a pirate country. You know, like, as Kobe said, and I believe Luffy and Blackbeard have the same exact dream. I believe their dream is to have a pirate country. I've talked about this on so many streams. I'm not going to regurgitate it right now unless you guys really want to hear. But I don't know, man. How likely is it that the world government, they'll get their food back and then they're like, all right, Blackbeard pirates, go ahead. Make your pirate country. We'll put your pirate country on all the maps. I don't know. That seems like something that they wouldn't compromise on, but maybe they would. Maybe like the Blackbeard Pirates going against the arch nemesis of the world government, that being the Revs, and supplying the world government with food. Maybe they'll be like, all right, we really hate to do this. We don't want to give anyone a pirate country, let alone put it on maps, but you helped us out. You scratched our back, so we'll scratch yours. Maybe they'll give in. Chat, what do you think? Do you guys think the Blackbeard Pirates are going to go against Marijois and the Celestials? Or do you think they're going to go against the Revs? If there was a gun to my head, I would say that the Blackbeard Pirates are going to go against Marijois. They're going to go against the Celestials. I think the reason that Blackbeard said that he wants to create a pirate country, and he then referred to it as the reason he referred to creating a pirate country being his dream is because it's Oda showing how Luffy and Blackbeard are two sides of the same coin. They are foil characters. So if Blackbeard's dream is to have a pirate country, that would imply that Luffy's dream is to have a pirate country. And we know that when Luffy, as a kid, told Ace and Sabo what his pirate dream was, when you flip the page, Luffy immediately made this little house, this little hut, saying Luffy's country. He wants to create a pirate country because in Luffy's eyes, being a pirate king is being the most free man. That's what it's about. It's not the whole world perspective on a pirate. He wants to be the most free man. So if Luffy wanted to create a free country where everyone is free, because every time Luffy goes to these islands and every time Luffy hears these stories, he sees that freedom is lacking in the One Piece world. So if he wanted to become a pirate king, to be the most free man, it would make sense that he would want to create a pirate country because that would be a free country. That's my perspective on it, and that would be the reason why Blackbeard would want to make a free country, because Blackbeard's perspective on a free country would be different from Luffy's perspective on a free country. So I think it's less about Blackbeard actually creating his pirate country by helping the Celestials, and I think it's more about showing this parallel between Luffy and Blackbeard, and therefore providing evidence for what Luffy's dream is. I believe it's to create a pirate country. And the symbol of that pirate country, the symbol of that free country, would be a Statue of Liberty. You guys know where I'm going with this. Where everyone even outside of America, people refer to America as a free country. We live in a free country. Okay, well, what's the symbol of this free country? The Statue of Liberty. If there was a statue of Nika, wouldn't that be called the Statue of Liberty? Nika's the warrior of what? What is he the warrior of? Liberation. The statue of Nika would be Statue of Liberty. Statue of Liberation. That would be the symbol to a free country. Nika, Joy Boy, was the first pirate. So if there was a statue of Nika, there was a statue of Joy Boy, statue of the first pirate. Wouldn't that beautifully tie in that this Statue of Liberty shows and symbolizes a free country? Therefore, a statue of a pirate is symbolic of a pirate country. I think this is perfect, but we'll see. I want to know what you guys think. I thought the symbol was a yellow M. A yellow M? Remind me. LMFAO, Blackbeard's gonna finesse world government a third time. But chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Blackbeard try to get warships from Blackbeard tried to get warships from the world government? Wasn't that the case? Someone remind me, when did that happen? Blackbeard was trying to get warships from the world government, and I don't think it worked. I think they ended up not giving him warships. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, or tell me what chapter that was. I think it was in Wano. Blackbeard wanted warships from the world government, and they didn't budge, as far as I understand. They didn't budge, they didn't give him warships. So perhaps they won't budge on this pirate country, because creating a pirate country and putting it on the map is going to make every pirate around the world want to live in that pirate country. They're going to want to give their allegiance to Blackbeard. And that would be a huge threat to the world government. When Akainu went after him. So was that post-time skip, the beginning of post-time skip, when Blackbeard captured Bonnie? That would be a while ago. Yeah, so that's one example of the world government not budging. Blackbeard says, hey, I want this, world government. And they say, no, you're not going to get that. So I would lean towards the world government not giving Blackbeard a pirate country. And again, the reason why Oda would put that in the story is to show Blackbeard's intentions and to then parallel his foil character, which would be Luffy. Blackbeard will make America, aka Pirate Island. Yo, Blackbeard's gonna make America great again. Blackbeard's gonna make piracy great again. Blackbeard pirates will try to play the world government, but wouldn't it be fun if they go to Wano first, grab Pluton and more food for Marijois, and somehow I think you meant the remaining smile fruits get included in what they deliver. That'd be hilarious. That's actually genius. Blackbeard grabs smile fruits and he feeds it to the world government. And all the people in the world government, or at least a lot of them, the regular celestial dragons, they eat smile fruits. They don't realize it's smile fruits. They have to get payback for what they caused to all these people. Yo, that's karma. Shout out, who said that? That's genius. Shout out to Oakley. Oakley was the one with that theory. I've seen a theory on Twitter that Blackbeard will use Pudding's powers on Garp to get memories. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I've heard that too. We'll see. I think the shallow surface level of Pudding is that she's gonna read the poneglyphs for Blackbeard. You know, but maybe there's a secondary outcome. And that secondary outcome would be like how you said, use Pudding to read memories of Garp. But I don't know. How far is Oda willing to go with Pudding? Blackbeard has a trash ship, so he be stealing warships, lol. But it's dope that Blackbeard's Thousand Sunny will be Pluton. Yeah, that'll be crazy, man. Blackbeard's Thousand Sunny is Pluton, because Pluton back in Alabasta, wasn't it insinuated to be a warship? That's why I think Blackbeard's gonna grab Pluton and go to Elbaf. And Blackbeard's gonna use Pluton against Luffy, Red Hair Pirates, and Elbaf. That's how Oda's gonna introduce Pluton, by having Blackbeard use it against the Straw Hats on Elbaf. That's my leading theory. You know, that's fucking funny, LMAO, and a great twist. Smile fruits. Yeah, shout out to Oakley. That's genius. Make Blackbeard grab smile fruits and feed it to the world government. Hey, I heard you guys are lacking in food. You guys are struggling in food. Feeds them smile fruits. What's good, Jody List? Blackbeard plus Pluton versus Luffy plus Poseidon versus Emu plus Uranus. Yeah, that was running through my mind as well. But my thing is like, how likely is it that Poseidon will go to Elbaf? Or this takes place in Final War. Maybe Blackbeard doesn't use Pluton against people until Final War. And then by that time, Poseidon will be at the Final War with Luffy. And the world government would still have Uranus. So then, like how you said, Final War, Luffy, Poseidon, Blackbeard, Uranus, Emu, Uranus. Because I think most of us, we should be able to agree that the world government has Uranus, right? Do we all agree? Yes or no? The world government has Uranus. I think it's so obvious. Oda is like shoving it down our throat. Pause. But I don't think it's in the way of a red herring. I think it's a legitimate reason. It's a legitimate answer. Because whatever took out Leloucia, it's utilizing Mother Flame. It's not Mother Flame flying in the sky and shooting down. It's Uranus flying in the sky, shooting Mother Flame. Because it was said and implied that whatever took out Leloucia uses Mother Flame. It's powered by Mother Flame. And then obviously we have the panels, we have the chapter where Dragon and Ivankov imply, or they outright say, that the world government is using an ancient weapon. I don't think Uranus is the, or I don't think Mother Flame is the ancient weapon. I think Uranus uses Mother Flame. Uranus is the ancient weapon. I shoot Mother Flame after Taco Bell. Wouldn't it be funny if Pluton is literally a raft with big cannons? Yeah, that would seem like some OG pirate stuff, because we know the ancient weapons are derived from the time of the ancient kingdom, and Joy Boy was the first pirate. So maybe Oda wants to go with like a traditional kind of thing, like a raft with some really big, powerful cannons. And that would play into Blackbeard, because you know Blackbeard's ship is just a bunch of logs. It's like a raft. Yep, they do. Them needing the Mother Flame wouldn't make sense if they didn't have Uranus. Blackbeard, Uranus, Emu, Uranus. What do you mean by that? Naval battle of Pluton versus counter Pluton. The Thousand Sunny would be dope. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Counter Pluton, Thousand Sunny. Cause like don't you guys think that Frankie memorized Pluton? Frankie is a genius when it comes to shipbuilding. Bro, he probably felt comfortable erasing the Pluton blueprints, not only because he doesn't want the world government or anyone else to grab Pluton, but also because he most likely memorized the blueprints. Blackbeard, Uranus, Emu, Uranus. Oh, that's what I said? Okay. Luffy, Poseidon, Blackbeard, Pluton, Emu, Uranus. You know how I am on stream. I'm always mixing up words and names constantly. I'm notorious for that. Okay, so I was just memeing with the raft, but what does that say? But did some quick research. Will Blackbeard be stronger than Kaido? Yes. Chat, yes or no? Is Blackbeard going to be, or will Blackbeard be stronger than Kaido? I will say 100% yes. But I think Emu will be stronger than Blackbeard. Emu can't be power scaled by the world because he lives in Marijois. Just like how Venus, Gorosei Venus, he doesn't get power scaled as a swordsman because he doesn't live in the lower world. Remember when the Gorosei went to Elbaf or Egghead? See, I keep mixing up names. When the Gorosei went to Egghead, they were saying, oh, it's been so long since I've went to the lower world. Venus doesn't live in the blue sea. He lives on the red line. So Venus doesn't get considered for world's strongest swordsman. If you want to be literal about it, I think Emu's going to be literally the strongest person. And then Venus will literally be the strongest swordsman. I don't think Venus gets thrown into the mix. Egypt is the first country with seaworthy vessels, and they were reeds tied together. Oh, because we know Egypt, obviously, it plays into the idea of Alabasta, and Alabasta had a tie, or had ties to the ancient kingdom in Joy Boy, the D-Clan. So it makes a lot of, and plus, where did we hear about Pluton in the first place? Where was Pluton supposed to be? Alabasta, Egypt. Yo, that's actually, you actually were just memeing, and it makes sense. Pluton being a raft with gigantic cannons, almost like Blackbeard's ship. He'll be the first to show us awakened Logia fruit and true awakening of Quake fruit. Man, I'm curious to see what awakened Logias look like. You know, maybe we already saw Blackbeard use an Awakens Logia. We just don't know it. Because Blackbeard turned the ground into darkness and people were seeping into it. Remember, he turned the ground into darkness and the buildings were falling inside of it? Maybe that's the Awakens Logia. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yes, Blackbeard's stronger than Kaido. Blackbeard has to scale up to Luffy, and Luffy has to scale up to Joy Boy. Yeah, and Luffy defeated Kaido. Luffy's stronger than Joy Boy. Or stronger than Kaido. See, I keep mixing up names. I cannot stop mixing up names for the life of me. In the name of CP9, you will die. Do you think Green Bull is awakened? Chat, yes or no? Is Green Bull awakened? Do I think Green Bull is awakened? That's a tricky question because Green Bull, as far as I know, didn't he get his fruit around the time that he got drafted, which would mean that he's only had his fruit for 2 years? It was not a 1v1. Yes, but when you look at the context of the Kaido fight, I don't even want to go over this, but sure, I'll bite. When you look at the context of all these guys fighting against Kaido, they did not do substantial damage like how people would make it out to be. When Zoro cut Kaido, Kaido did not sit there the whole rest of the fight being debilitated by Zoro's cut. He meant Zoro cut him. Oh, good attack. Anyways, like he wasn't limping around the whole rest of the fight. Oh man, Luffy, you have gear 5, but Zoro cut me. Like, he moved on. He wasn't sitting there thinking about, oh, Zoro cut me. And he definitely wasn't thinking about, oh man, that one attack that Kinemon did on me. Like, when you actually closely read Roof Piece, they did not do huge damage like how people would make it out to be. And if that was true, why was Zoro or why was Kaido getting significantly stronger throughout the fight? He was getting significantly stronger. Look at how powerful his final form was. Flame Bagua. That doesn't look like someone that was debilitated to me. Kaido put his all into Flame Bagua and still lost. The Gorosei are not even Emperor level. Yo, that's a wild take. The Gorosei are not even Emperor level? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Last time I checked, Luffy couldn't defeat the Gorosei. Oh man, are we power scaling now, chat? Are we power scaling? Gorosei not being Emperor level is a wild take. Chat, yes or no? Do you agree with that? I'm not going to name drop him, but do you agree with that? He said the Gorosei are not even Emperor level. Do you guys believe that the Gorosei are lower than Emperors? To me, that's a wild take. Luffy mauled Saturn. Okay, well, why didn't he defeat Saturn? He didn't defeat Saturn. Oh, he stopped Saturn for 30 seconds. Look at what happened to Luffy. Luffy had to get fed. It's hard to say since they have infinite healing. To me, that makes it easy to say. The Emperors don't have infinite healing. That's a huge factor. The Emperors do not have infinite healing like how the Gorosei do. That is a huge factor. Clearly, look at Egghead. Luffy could not, nobody could take down the Gorosei because of the infinite healing. Like, I don't think it makes sense to be like, oh, well, you know, they have infinite healing, so that doesn't really count. Like, how does that not count? They failed to take down the Gorosei. Now, Evil, imagine 5 Kaido chasing Straw Hats on Egghead. Do you think it's possible? No, but neither is 5 Gorosei, right? That's why everyone had to run away. Everyone had to run away. If Luffy was not on Egghead, it would have been a train wreck. It would have been a train wreck if Luffy was not on Egghead. None of that would have happened. Nobody, put everyone there. All the Straw Hats, CP0, all these people, the Giants. If Luffy was not on Egghead, they would have been done. The only hope that they had was for Egghead was Luffy. And even then, guess what? Luffy couldn't take down the Gorosei. And if you disagree, show me the panel where Luffy took down the Gorosei. You can't find it. It didn't happen. Gorosei clearly not Emperor level. Evil, you're tripping. Yo, I think you're tripping. The Gorosei are supposed to be second to Imu. Imu's the top of the peak of the most immense power. You know who's right after him? The Gorosei. The reason why the Gorosei are serving Imu and the Gorosei and the world government rule the planet is because that's how Oda and most mangaka design their story. These guys in the shonen battle manga who have the political power, those are the same people that are physically strong. Kaido had the political power of Wano, and guess what? He was the strongest person in Wano. Doflamingo had the political power of Dressrosa. And guess what? Doflamingo was the strongest one in Dressrosa. Enel had the political power of Skypiea. Guess what? He was the strongest one in Skypiea. That's just how they write their story. So the whole idea of the Gorosei and Emu having immense global power, it's because they're obviously going to have the most physical power. Emu saying, next time I send the Gorosei out with more than 5% of my power. Exactly. This is a warm-up. This isn't supposed to be the Gorosei on full, like a full display. They clearly were not giving their all. If you think Egghead was the Gorosei giving their all, maximum full potential, then Luffy's gonna mop the Gorosei Final War. It won't even be a competition with all of his alliances, the Grand Fleet, the Revolutionary Army. It won't even be a competition. If you think Egghead was peak Gorosei, and then they're not going any stronger than that, Final War, no competition, especially if you feel like a lot of the Marines are going to turn their back in the Final War. Who is the competition then? Emu? You're going to have the entire story fight Emu? Emu's going to one-shot kill most of the people. And Emu is the Luffy fight. They didn't even use any named attacks. The Gorosei have shared power with Emu. They are hard to scale. Shanks' insecurity after old Joy Boy Hockey is insane. Is Shanks insecure though? Warcree is obviously as durable as Kaido even without infinite healing. Yeah, look at that. Exactly what you said. Luffy used Bajrang Gun against Kaido and defeated Kaido. Kaido couldn't handle that attack. A shot spit out of his mouth. His eyes went white and he started circling and flew, what, 50 meters through the ground? But when he punched Warcree, he was crying. You know, I think people are going a little too far with the Emperor agenda. And I don't think they're looking at the grand scope of the story. Obviously, this entire story of One Piece is the Gorosei and Emu dominating the planet because those are the strongest people physically. They have all the political power. That's the reason there is a One Piece story. Without the Gorosei, without Emu, there would be no treasure left behind by Joy Boy. There would be no poneglyphs. There would be no erasure of the ancient kingdom. There would be no voice entry. This entire story is because of the Gorosei and Emu wiping people off the face of the planet. So therefore the whole story predicates on the Gorosei Emu. It predicates on the world government with how they spread genocide, how they hide the truth, how they commit human trafficking as seen in Shabandi arc. The entire story stands on the legs of the world government. Those are the final villains. You think since they weren't physically fit, no, I can't read, Chad, I can't read. You think since they weren't there physically, it was tougher for them to use full power? What do you mean by they weren't there physically? Do you mean Emu wasn't there physically? Is that what you mean? And that's a tricky question because we don't know for sure, like for sure, for a fact, if Emu has to give them power at all. You know, we don't know how their power works entirely, but we do know what we do know is they have infinite healing. What we do know is Warcree made Luffy cry in pain. Garling is now an emperor and stronger than 3 out of the 4 emperors. Garling's the man who permanently scarred Whitebeard. Saturn didn't look impressive at all, not gonna lie, and now he's gonna get no redemption. Because here's the thing, right? Oda has to hype up the Gorosei. Oda can't just reveal the Gorosei in Egghead, knowing there's gonna be a final war, and show all of their cards. Like, the Gorosei and Emu, that's endgame, that's final war. So, like, if I was Oda, I wouldn't want the Gorosei to show all their cards, show what their true devil fruit or true nature is, show all of their power. Like, no, you gotta hold it off, save it till final war. This is meant to be a teaser, you know? And the fact that they have infinite healing is a huge factor. What other character has infinite healing to the degree that the Gorosei do? Immense durability to the extent of Warcree. You know, they're not meant to display and have all of these things. I think we have to take the full context into account. But anyways, chat, listen, thank you so much for being here, guys. This was a phenomenal stream. Great stream as always. We're going to be back for the full summary tomorrow, okay? When the full summary drops, we're going to be live. So hit the notification bell. Drop a like on the stream before you guys leave right now. And subscribe if you're new. We're going to be back for the full summary. I can't wait. I'm sure the full summary is going to be a lot better than the short summary. And then obviously when the chapter drops, we'll go live with the chapter. We will go live with the chapter. I'm excited, guys. Elbaf has officially begun. We're all in this together, even if we disagree on the power scaling. I don't really care. We're all enjoying One Piece together. We're starting Elbaf together. We've been waiting such a long time. Some of us One Piece fans have literally been waiting for Elbaf for over 20 years in real life. And it's finally here. So I'm excited, guys. I'm so excited to see Elbaf, all the Viking lore. I want to learn more about the Atom Tree, more about Loki. Hopefully Usopp can get a little bit of shine. Hopefully we can get the lower tier Straw Hats hockey trained. Maybe Enel will come down. Enel will come down. He'll go from the moon to Skypiea, take the road from Skypiea to the top of the Elbaf tree. Boom, Enel in Elbaf. Hopefully we can see that. But thank you so much, guys. Fun stream. I love everybody here. Have a nice morning, day, or night wherever you guys are. Hit the notification bell so you guys know when we go live. It's most likely tomorrow. We'll try to go live as soon as the long summary drops, as long as it's not early in the morning. Because I think today the short summary, my time, was like 8 a.m. 8 a.m. EST, and that's very early in the day. I don't want to stream that early, but we'll go live with the long summary ASAP. Same case with the chapter reaction. I would be so happy to see you guys there. Okay, take care of yourselves, guys. Eat some protein, get some workouts in, go for a walk, go for a jog. Eat some meat, red meat, eat some chicken, get some fruits, some veggies, take care of yourself, chat, drink water, get some sunlight. I love you all. I pray that my God, Jesus Christ, will take care of you guys and bless you guys with courage, guidance, perseverance, wisdom. I hope he takes care of you guys because I truly do love you guys. Have a nice